Not if it's based on a porn star's asshole.
All right.
I mean, yeah, it still technically is. It doesn't change shape. Just
And
him.
it's a pocket asshole if it's based on someone's asshole.
They do make those.
Would it be better if it was a guy's asshole?
I don't know.
An asshole's an asshole. Is there really a difference?
Hey,
I'm
everybody.
not the person to be asking.
Welcome back to Hard Reset, a Cold North joint. I'm the Law Morris, and joining me this week, as usual, gorgeous Ben Reynolds.
Meow.
Oh, and he's showing us his ghost nipple.
Oh.
It's
And
not a ghost nipple. It's there.
the tenacious Tim Miller.
Why, hello there.
You can find
Tenacious
it.
D.
You can find everything we do all in one spot over at coldnorthpro.com.
What a great website.
What a great website. We have some stuff to get to this week. So let's just jump in with what we've been playing this week. Ben, tell me what you've been playing.
Well, I finished Resident Evil 2.
And what are your general thoughts?
It was a very fun game. I really enjoyed the Leon side. It was just an entertaining story. Scary, not too scary. Good at once you felt like you were strong, you were like, "Oh, nice, I'm strong."
I
can
know
handle
exactly
them.
what you're talking about, but the way you described it, once you feel like you're strong, you're like, "Oh, good, I'm strong."
I'm strong. You can use your strong hand.
Yeah.
Meow.
I really enjoyed Resident Evil 2. I thought it was it was a really good thriller. You're right. Scary but not too scary. And I think that by the end of the game you were very powerful. Resident Evil 7 did the same thing where by the end you were very powerful, and it was I think Resident Evil 7 did the build up better than Resident Evil 2, but that's quite a conversation for another day. If you scored it if you scored it out of 10, what would you give it?
Oh, probably a 9.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. 9 out of 10. It was a really cool game. Are you intrigued at all to play Claire's B-side?
Maybe in a couple months.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who that little girl is at all.
Sherry. And I didn't get to see remade hotness Ada Wong. So
Did you get to see Sherry's twin sister Terry?
we've been on a Simpsons kick on Cold North lately. So no, I did not see Sherry's twin sister Terry. So Tim, tell me what you've been playing this week.
So I've been learning the speedrun for The Adventure of Kay. It's a very old PS2 game that is very broken, where you can cause yourself to explode, fall into an item, become a zombie, and literally walk through walls. It's a lot of fun.
Isn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it Legend of K?
I mean, there's always going to be a "the" in front of it when you're talking about it, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, you said Adventure of K.
Did I say Adventure?
You
I
did.
could have sworn I said Legend.
No,
I
you
said Legend.
Oh, well, luckily we're recording, fuckers.
Good, we'll find out after then.
But yeah, so I watched some of your stream, and you told me that you had been learning this game for just a few hours, and the way you were playing the glitches, I was like, oh, this must be a super broken game. If he's only been playing this for a few hours and he's breaking the map.
Oh, yeah.
Interestingly enough, you talking about streams reminded me of a video game I played in Denmark where you utilized your stream of pee in a urinal to put out fires.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't
That's awesome.
real fire, but there were fake fires, and it figured out where your P stream was hitting, and you were trying to put out fires, and you could go for the high score.
I like that when you went to elaborate on this game, the first thing you thought to do was clarify that it wasn't a real fire. So don't worry. Was this in a bar by any chance?
It was in a hostel.
Oh, shoot. Because if it
The
was in a
hostel had a
bar.
bar.
Oh, okay, there you go. Because that's a good way to get people to buy more to drink because they want to play more of the game. They need more ammo.
Now,
Hmm.
what was it, like a flash game or was it like a fully fleshed out game? Like I'm
More
talking
of a
like
flash game. More
more
of
of
a
a flash
flash
game.
game.
All right, some good
Almost
old
Game and
fun.
Watch type.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Tim, how do you like Legend of K?
I like it. It's fun. I've wanted to play it casually, but now that it's like I've broken it, it's kind of hard to even go back and do it now. But
Yeah.
it's still pretty fun.
All
Although the
right.
RNG is completely bogus, and I hate that. So,
Rhythm and gangster.
yep, the Rhythm and Gangster.
Yes. And I have been playing The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap.
I believe it's MAGA cap, actually, Patrick.
MAGA Cap. Because I'm all about. Not even going to say that I am about that because I'm not. No, I've been playing the Minish Cap, and it's actually a really cool game. It's one of the few Zelda games that wasn't made by Nintendo, and so I didn't know what to expect, but I'm playing it, and it's like Capcom. This was obviously very much a labor of love of like huge fans of the series that were really wanting to make a Zelda game but put their own little spin on it, and it's a really really cool game so far. I think I'm about halfway done, so I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yes, and demonetized, copyright stricken.
Oh well,
Oh
it was
well,
fun while it lasted.
yeah, I guess let's pack it in.
Well, we also said pussy very early on in this podcast.
Okay, we were demonetized very early on, almost immediately. When
Yeah,
you
because you were talking about fuckholes.
when you
Of the
mentioned
pocket variety.
if it's modeled after a celebrity's butthole, like
I
so
said porn stars.
yeah, okay, porn stars. I wonder if they could convince a celebrity to do that.
Oh, easily. You give them
Here,
enough.
Ben Affleck. Here, we need your asshole.
I feel like that could be a funny thing for them to do.
You'd probably buy the
Brad Pitt one,
Brad Pitt asshole,
obviously.
and then you'd share it with Jill.
No, that would be just for me.
Fair enough.
All right. So that's going to take us to the news in 5.
The news in
News in 5.
five.
News in 5.
Oh, that was like Sports Center. Da-na-na. So news in 5. We don't have a ton of news this week. Nintendo is reportedly reviving a dead game.
Nintendogs.
Oh, that would actually be really cool for the Switch.
Those dogs are really cute.
So Game Informer sources said on the Kinda Funny Games Daily Show that Nintendo will be reviving a game or series that is very firmly dead and gone. This led to a lot of speculation. Some people are saying Scalebound because they're associating it with Platinum somehow. I don't know. I just wanted to get you guys' take on what you think that this might be.
Nintendogs.
I could see it, honestly, on the Switch. Something people would do.
Like, I want to say F-Zero, but I know it's not that.
That's what I was hoping.
Wii Sports?
If it is associated with Platinum Games, though, I'd be very tempted to say Vanquish 2, because that was a great game that was underrated.
Okay. A lot of people are saying Platinum games for some reason. I don't think it will be because Platinum. I was honestly surprised last week when they announced Astral Chain or whatever it was, because Platinum already has Bayonetta 3 in development, and so like their plate is full.
Yep.
And so I don't see them taking on another project. I would love for it to be F-Zero. I think that would be an amazing game to come out on Switch, and it could be different enough from Mario Kart to really carve out its own place.
As long as I can Falcon Punch.
Oh, that would be really cool if it was like
Get
a
out of the
fighting
cars
car
and just
game.
beat each other up.
Well, remember in SSX you could like punch each other as you were like going down the mountain?
That's true.
That would be pretty cool.
Stick your hand out the window and just punch their car off the freaking track. Oh,
And
there
a
he goes.
Falcon Punch, that would work.
Falcon Punch!
Yeah. So Ben, I think Nintendogs is actually not a bad guess. Like, I think Nintendogs could work well on the Switch. Tim, I'm totally with you. I hope it's F-Zero.
Yep.
But
I mean, like, I can't really think of many other dead series right now. Because, I mean...
Besides Nintendogs and F-Zero?
Yeah, I mean, part of me wants to say Pikmin, but we just got 3 on the Wii U, so, I mean, it's not really dead.
and Hey Pikmin on the 3DS just a couple years ago.
That's true.
But Ben, you actually mentioned Wii Sports. And that's something I wouldn't be surprised to see come back on the Switch. Like,
yeah,
a very casual minigame collection.
Wii farts.
What were you going to say, Tim?
I was gonna say with the improved motion controls inside of the Joy-Cons, you could easily make those games like 1,000 times better than they were before.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that 1-2 Switch wasn't just a Wii Sports type collection.
Yeah, that game was actually quite lackluster.
Or a Mario Party type game. I don't know. I liked 1-2 Switch a lot, but it was just... I feel like it would have been so much better suited as like something else, some sort of other property like Mario Party or Wii Sports Resort or something like that. In other news, Reggie Fils-Aimé is retiring. He announced his retirement today. And what do you guys think this is going to mean for Nintendo?
I'm very sad about it. I loved Reggie, like, as their main guy. In all the directs, he always had an energy. He always had an intensity that, like, made you want to play these games. And every time, like, you see him on screen, it's going to be a lot to not see him anymore. But this guy, Doug Bowser, that they're bringing in to replace him, I think is going to do a good job, at least from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, they're certainly big shoes to fill. And I mean,
sure.
Reggie was a very charismatic, really great face for Nintendo. And I certainly don't envy anyone who has to follow in his footsteps, because it's going to be a tough act. I wonder what this means for the Switch, because we have seen leadership change in the middle of a console cycle before, with Don Matrick leaving Microsoft shortly after the Xbox, or a couple years after the Xbox One launched, and Phil Spencer stepping in. Phil Spencer really turned things around for that console. Do you think the Switch is doing well? They're riding high right now. Do you think that they should be worried at all about losing Reggie?
I don't think so. I mean,
That would be poop farts if they did get worried.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
It's a fart snake.
Exactly.
Honestly, I wouldn't be worried that much because, I mean, when Iwata passed away, may he rest in peace, Kimishima came in and he took over, and the Switch became a resounding success with all the planning that they went into and did. I mean, yes, Iwata did lay a lot of the groundwork for that, but they brought back the marketing. They brought back everything they needed to make the Switch successful once Kimishima took over. So I'm honestly not that I'm not down on it. I think Doug is going to do a great job and hope he has a great career.
Well, we have high hopes for you, Doug Bowser. Ben, any thoughts on
Bowser?
Reggie? Yeah, his last name is Bowser.
Wait, is he who Bowser was based on?
No,
I don't think so.
he's not. He didn't even work at Nintendo until like just a while back, a couple years ago, I
Sure.
think. But
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
It seems like he's probably who Bowser was based on.
all right, we can go with that if it makes you happy.
So what you're telling me is that the evil character from Mario is taking over Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
And
gonna.
you are trying to convince me that it's a good thing.
Yes, world domination by Nintendo. Let's go.
Well, Bowser is a sharp dresser, as we saw in Mario Odyssey.
Well,
Truth.
Mario is going to come and fuck the plan up, so if it was going to be a good plan,
He's gonna
then
fuck it
it's
up.
going to turn into a bad plan, and if it was a bad plan, then he's going to turn it into a good plan. So I guess we better hope that it was a bad plan.
So, which Mario are you referring to? Is this like Mario Lopez?
Bill Mario?
Mario.
Brother Luigi,
Your
Mario
name is
Andretti?
Mario? Yeah.
the Italian, the Italian plumber.
Oh, okay. Mario. Gotcha. What was the actor's name? Whatever, it doesn't matter. And Anthem did not come out this week. That game has a fucking mess of a release date. So it was available last week to people who pre-ordered via EA Origin, and now it's available this coming, like, tomorrow. It's coming out, like, the wide release is coming out, and the buzz around it thus far is lukewarm from what I've heard.
I'm not surprised. Did you either of you play the beta
No.
at all? See, I stuck my head in it for maybe 30 minutes, and I was just like, okay, I get this. I'm done with it. Yeah, it's cool to fly around like Iron Man, but I'm done. Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it through GameShare because Ethan's gonna buy it. So
Oh, that's nice.
I'll get to play it, but I'm really not stoked on it. I'm not that into the looter shooters, and that's what this is to a T. So
With an Iron Man flight aspect.
that's true. So it seems like it's obviously going to be the best looter shooter, but I also don't like the world's best salad.
What's
How
the
do you know?
world- Wait, what's the world's best salad?
I heard the salad from Wendy's is pretty good.
That's no way that's the world's best.
Yeah, that doesn't compute.
I just said pretty good.
But we asked you what's the world's best.
Okay, guys, obviously I don't know what the world's best salad is.
Well,
Why
now
did
I'm
you claim
curious.
that you did.
All right. Well, I didn't claim that. Crackdown 3 is finally out. We've joked about it plenty of times on this show before that it was never going to come out, and it finally is. I downloaded it to my Xbox, and guess what? It's super okay.
It's super cell shaded.
It does have a cel shaded look to it, and I'm not crazy about the art style. I'm not crazy about the graphics. Like, honestly, everything about the game, it looks, plays, and feels like a last gen game, like an Xbox 360 game. And that's kind of a bummer because this was supposed to be one of the games that was like the selling point for the Xbox One. It was revealed at the Xbox One reveal event. Or it was announced at the Xbox One reveal event, and it was like, this was supposed to be one of their flagship titles. Here we are kind of as the sun is setting on the Xbox One. It's finally here, and it feels like a game that should have come out in the twilight years of the Xbox 360. What do you guys think of Crackdown 3? Are you excited?
I mean, from what I've seen of it so far, it just looks like all the other Crackdowns. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna really sink a whole lot of time into it. I have Game Pass, so I'm gonna definitely try it out. But I remember something about it having completely destructible environments, and every video I've seen has not had a single bit. So that part I'm a bit disappointed with. So
Yeah, I'm too busy playing That's So Raven on Nintendo DS.
Well, at least Ben has his priorities straight.
so true.
Once I finish Minish Cap, I went to my local Bull Moose recently, and there's a lot of they have like 12 copies of Cheetah Girls for the Game Boy Advance. So
Nice.
that's where I'll be next.
Love a Cheetah Girls harem.
That's right. I I feel like you two are texting each other, and I can't tell what about, but whatever.
No, not even.
Well, that's a lie. That's a lying voice if I've ever heard one.
No,
We're not
come
texting each
on.
other, Patrick. Come
Now
on.
it's time for the topic of the show.
The topic of my nipples. I mean the show.
Wow.
All right. All right. Topic of the show, we're going to be talking about Apex Legends, what we think of it, what we think could be done better, what we think maybe could come in the future, what we think of it compared to other battle royales. So, how about you two dickwads stop texting each other and let's talk about some Apex Legends. I want to know what you guys think of the game.
I think it's terrible.
God awful. Worst game ever made.
Well, that's not true.
No,
I don't. You're right.
Not
I
even
have it
close.
downloaded on both Xbox and PlayStation, and I play it a lot.
As a battle royale goes, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. The one thing I have to say about it, I feel like the map is too big for the limited amount of players that they throw in it.
I think if they upped it to 99 players and did 33 squads, it would play a little bit better.
Yep, it'd be a lot more intense. Because half the time I feel like I'm just walking around and oh, hey, there's an enemy, gunfire, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Instead of dropping instant gunfire, like it just doesn't seem as intense as it should be.
Yeah, I feel like I can make it into the top 10 pretty consistently by doing nothing. And
Yeah, but not running into anyone, just walking forward towards the circle.
yeah. And I'm not like I don't understand the technical aspects behind what goes into adding more players, the capability to support more players per match. But if they upped it to 33 squads over 20 and did 99 players, which the standard for battle royales seems to be 100 players. Of course they can't do that because it's 3-man squads. But if they did 99 players, 33 squads, I think that would add a lot to the game as far as balance and intensity and just overall fun.
Honestly, they could even do 90 and they'd be able to get away with it and be just fine.
Yeah. Ben, what do you think of adding squads?
Yeah, that would be not a bad idea. I mean, I would say 99, 90, 130, 176, 745. You know, you get a bunch, and I think we're good.
Okay. Thanks, Ben. So what do you guys think the game does well? Because none of us were really into battle royales. Tim, I know you've played some Fortnite. But none of us were really into battle royales that much. But we're all pretty into this one. What do you guys think this game is doing well that other games weren't doing so well?
The shooting mechanic. It feels precise. It's dead on. I don't feel like I'm working with a randomizer every time I pull the trigger. I know I'm pointing, I'm clicking, it's going to hit, bam, they're gonna die. Unlike Fortnite, where I shoot them like 3 or 4 times and only maybe one of my bullets hits. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the fact that there's not building like there is in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
The building is the most annoying aspect of Fortnite to me.
Yeah. Just watching really competitive Fortnite it's insane to me because once it gets down to like 2 or 3 people, it's basically just who can build the best and
Who could build higher.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
Yeah,
stupid
it's boring.
and annoying Ben, I'm totally with you. I don't like the building mechanic in Fortnite at all. I do think the gunplay in Apex is fantastic. But it's like I think that Apex does so much more mechanically than other battle royale games do. So for example, the squads, just forcing people to squad up and work as a team is just amazing. Like it just makes it makes what was such a lonely game into a super like intense teamwork co-op type situation where it's like there's these tense moments of just sprinting in, grabbing someone's banner and getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a really great aspect of the game. The only thing that I would like knock against that is if you do want to queue up solo, no one ever has a mic on anymore. Like it's not back in like the old days of like the 360 where you could jump in a game, everyone had a mic. Yeah, they were 12 years old and we were all screaming at each other, but we could communicate at least.
I've encountered quite a few people that are mic'd.
Well, and I really like their ping system. Their ping system, I feel like, is a pretty good substitute for talking.
Yes, that was something I wanted to bring up, was the one button communication is just unbelievable. That was a stroke of genius. Like, if you don't have a mic, everyone has one button that's just dedicated to communicating, and you can just hit it and go.
Yep. There's an enemy over there.
Yeah.
Let's go this way. Like, here's this thing.
I think there might be loot over there.
Does anyone have a lozenge?
That would be a good one. So what do you guys think of the hero mechanics, though? Because it's obviously pretty heavily inspired by Overwatch.
Kind of. At the same time, I don't think that they're like... Because like we were talking about how it seems like it'll be easier to add legends in Apex than it is to add heroes in Overwatch because there's less balancing required in Apex than there is in Overwatch, because while they have their own special abilities, they don't have the completely different guns. Like you still pick up the same guns as everybody else, you know?
Yeah, they're much, much more generic than the heroes in Overwatch. And I honestly kind of think that's one of the worst parts of the game, is that like you're forced to play these legends that are, I feel like, fairly generic. And so you're forced to have this appearance, whereas just to have a certain ability that plays very little role in the combat and the gunplay. And so I think that it would have been better for a game like this that's so focused on being an esport and being like this really great balance, for them to allow character customization. So like create a character so you can look how you want, and then just select a type of ability and use some sort of different visual cue to communicate to other players what this person that you're looking at is capable of.
Once they have more characters, I think you'll lose that complaint.
I mean, honestly, I really like how Pathfinder looks. I started playing Pathfinder because I thought he was a charming robot, and then I wound up really liking his grapple. And so I play Pathfinder. I got no problem with Pathfinder, but I wish that
he finds you the paths.
He does. Finds those rings. Tim, what do you think of the legends?
See, I don't mind them. I just wish that some of the abilities lasted longer. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but the one that I usually use, where you can shift into the void.
Wraith.
Wraith, thank you. It only lasts about 5 seconds, where like that's her main ability. Make it like at least 10 or 15 so I can get away. I feel like I've only moved like 20 or 30, like maybe feet until that like it's done. And by that point they're already back on me and they can see me. So it's not as useful as I would like it to be. I feel like some of the things do need to be buffed. but it's not a decent idea overall to start with. I know things are going to change. They're going to be bringing changes to it soon. So hopefully that's something that they do implement in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tim, so you're playing mostly Wraith. Have you dipped into any of the other heroes?
Not really.
No.
No.
Ben, I know you're playing some variants.
Mostly the Samoan guy and
Lifeline and Gibraltar, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and which one do you prefer?
Lifeline.
Yeah, being able to
She
throw up
gets
that
the care
shield.
package.
Oh, the care package is great. But I've learned something about playing with Ben. Never take his stuff out of his care package. He will lose it on you.
If you do it repeatedly.
Patrick.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think that could be done better in this game?
I think we already discussed that part. The biggest thing is they need more people on the map. It feels too empty. Like, I don't feel like I'm in enough conflict. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Ben?
I would say that it's pretty damn good, but yeah, I would agree with Tim that they could add some more people. Definitely. Like,
I think adding more people, adding more squads, and adding some more variation to the map. So, like we were discussing in the group chat the other day, a night mode where you're playing and it's dark, that would totally change how you play the game. It would be much harder to see people. It would become a much more stealth and tactical type game rather than run and gun. And other maps, which Respawn has said are coming, but I would like to see other maps.
And we are going to. It's just a matter of time. Unfortunately, it's just
and more
what you get with games.
legends.
Yeah,
Like the legend Fart Snake.
the legend Fart Snake.
Cannot wait for that one.
Legend has it, the legend Fart Snake gets really offended when his friends make jokes, and then he doesn't talk to them on Xbox Live.
It's true.
If you're out there, Chris, you're a pussy.
Oh,
But I would like to see like other maps and variances on the map, and just seeing that screenshot on Reddit of a night mode. Oh god, I want that so bad because that would be so fun.
I'd like to see a melee weapons only mode and just melee weapons.
That would be
interesting.
I think
Swords.
Blackout did something like that recently. That would be really cool. I would like to see like a really big map that made it so that if you landed in the wrong spot, it was like, yeah, you're pretty much fucked. You have very, very little chance at making it into the circle. Because the rounds are long enough that I feel like we land and then we can just loot and loot and loot and loot. And then it's finally like 30 seconds left and we're still long ass ways away and we're like, oh, we better head out.
I kind of like that though.
I like it, but I also dislike it. I wish the circle, the ring, were more of a threat.
Like it is in the movie.
Yes.
Battle Royale.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ring where the girl crawls out of the TV.
Nope.
We were thinking of different movies. But yes,
It's
like
true.
it is in the movie.
Both terrible movies, by the way, but
Well, maybe they'll find a home on a different podcast on our website.
we'll see.
How do you guys think? Because it's a fairly popular genre. There's a handful of battle royales that are succeeding right now. How do you guys think this compares to the others? I mean, Fortnite, Blackout, PUBG being the main ones.
Well-
Fortnite's the only other one I've played, so I like it a lot better.
So I've played pretty much all of them from H1Z1 when it started, through PUBG, through Fortnite. Played a little bit of Blackout, and I've now played Apex, and it ranks towards the higher tier. Honestly, I'd probably put it on top just because the gun mechanics, it feels so much better than any of the other ones that I've played. Like I know if I'm gonna shoot my gun, it's gonna hit the guy, and I'm not gonna have to worry about it. Unlike Fortnite, where it's like I'm shooting the gun, okay, I've just missed 20 of my 30 shots, and I didn't do anything to them. That's probably the best thing that I have going for me in this one, is it feels a lot like Halo in that mechanic. Like I can hit a guy, it's gonna work. Um, the server connection, I've had little to no trouble with. So it definitely beats out PUBG in that sense. And H1Z1 with both of those games have terrible servers. Um, and yeah, I mean, and then getting around the map, it feels flawless, and it's built into your characters, like going up through the balloon and stuff. Like you don't have to go find a vehicle; you can just go up, fly. Hey, you're good to go again.
Would you like to see vehicles come into the game?
No, I really wouldn't.
Why
I feel
not?
like it would. I feel like getting around the map now, as it is, considering how small it is, I just feel like it would. I don't know. I feel it would make the map even smaller than it already is, and it's pretty small to begin with.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It would make it significantly smaller.
Plus, a lot of the terrain doesn't lend itself to driving a vehicle.
That's
Around.
true. That's true.
So
A lot of
I
the
mean,
terrain.
unless you had like a hover bike or something like that.
Oh, that would be pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so it would.
Hover bikes, speeder bikes like Star Wars are always cool. Yeah, the movement mechanics in this game are fantastic. Sliding around is so fun.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
So if imagine they made a really, really big map, would you guys want to see them bring Titans into this game?
fuck yes.
Would everyone get one?
How do you guys? That's a good question, Ben. How do you guys think they should do that?
Out of a care package, random, like everything else.
Oh
in the
man,
game.
like a step above the yellow loot. It's just
Yep.
like
Platinum loot.
yeah, and you pick it up and it's a Titan.
Yep. Call
Or-
it one
It
Titan.
should almost
There
be
you go.
like you have to get lucky and randomly grab like
Yeah,
a certain amount of somethings.
just a certain amount of randomized, and then it's just stand by for Titanfall, and you hear that over the radio. Oh God, basically you won.
No, because what if it like rained them down for like a certain amount all over the map, and so like then like everybody was getting them. So like then yeah, it's like yeah, you've got one, but then like there's like 7 others or something like that out on the map.
Yeah, God, that's honestly like moving forward, and that was actually going to be my next question for you guys. But moving forward, they got to bring Titans into this game, and I know that they said that they tried every which way and they just couldn't get it to work, balancing wise and gameplay wise. But Jesus, they got to find a way to get Titans into this game.
Even if they just make it a secondary game type, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah, just like you would be able to queue into lobbies that either had Titans or didn't have Titans.
Yep.
Man. Then no one would play the one without Titans.
This is very true. It would kill the other mode.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, I'm sure you'd still get your few people that would play without Titans. Not everybody likes it, but
Yeah. So, I guess we all really like this game, right? Do you guys think that this is going to be the battle royale moving forward? Because it's still on top. It's
probably
still
for the next
beating-
year.
You think so?
Probably for the next year, but something bigger is always going to come out because you know what they say: there's always a bigger fish.
Tim
The
likes to
Titans
quote Star
always like to fall.
Yeah. Oh how the mighty have fallen. So yeah, I mean, I guess there is always a bigger fish. Do you think that this is the end of the reign of Fortnite?
Oh yeah, it's already showing. Most people have moved from Fortnite to Apex, and
They had their concert and now it's over.
it was
Yeah,
a
that
pretty
was-
dope concert.
That was a weird publicity stunt. They had their
Marshmallow's a
concert,
weird dude, so
and now it's over. All right. So, it's going to be a short one this week, but we're kind of itching to play some Apex, I guess. So, I want to know what you guys are going to be playing this week. Ben, tell me what
Apex.
you can. All right. Anything else?
Titanfall?
Oh, yeah, because you did just buy Titanfall recently, right? And on the Xbox.
Something like that.
The second one?
Yeah. It
Have you
was
played?
$4.50, and I
So
sent
worth
him
it.
a link to it, and I said, please buy this game.
Have you not played the campaign, Ben?
Nope.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it. I cried.
It is fantastic.
I actually cried at the end of it. It was that good.
Good thing I soldered my tear ducts out.
As we all do. Tim, tell me what you're
Sure.
going to be playing this week.
Probably more Legend of K. I want to get my time down.
What's your time at right now?
It's like
Four.
45 minutes. It's pretty bad comparatively.
4 minutes, Ben? You beat that
That's
game
what
in
I was
4
guessing.
minutes?
I was guessing he did it in 4
Oh, okay. For what?
minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the run's about 10 times longer than that.
Yeah, I figured if you walked through walls, you could just walk right through and finish.
To the end of the game.
Yep, that's essentially what you do.
Why don't you do that, Tim? You can do it in 4.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
We'll
All right.
find a way. We'll find a way.
Let me
It
know
needs
when
to be a
you're
world record.
Let me know when you're going to be streaming that, because I was having fun watching you the other night.
Yeah, dude.
All right, and I'm going to be playing The Sims 4
Quattro.
Quattro. I'm going to be playing The Sims 4. I played a lot of The Sims 1 when I was a kid, and I'm interested. It was on sale for $8, and I'm interested to see what has changed in the world of The Sims. So
Is it still
How-
on sale?
How do you feel about
might
that? The weird agreement you had to sign up for.
I didn't read about it. I didn't want to know. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
It studies your online behavior to create
Well, I
a
mean,
sim like you.
it got me pretty quick.
My Sim's gonna be watching a lot of porn then.
That's well, okay. So I'm not sure how quickly that works or how accurate it is, but and I think I told you guys this story, but I'm not sure if I told this story on the show. So I had just started playing. I had 2 Sims. One Sim went to work all day, and the other Sim stayed home all day. And in case you're unfamiliar, that's pretty much what my girlfriend and I do. And
Well, she goes to school.
she goes to school. That's right. But the Sim that went to work all day came home, and he sat down and started watching TV. And she came over and sat down on the couch to start telling him about her day. And as soon as she did, he got up and went to the bathroom and took a shit. And while he was taking a shit, he had like a little thought bubble, and he started thinking about his computer. And then he got up off the toilet and went to play on his computer for the rest of the night until she went to bed. And I thought, wow, that's really real. So
You need to do better, man.
it's, I mean, maybe. It was on sale for $8. I bought it. I'm excited to see how much of it is different, how different it is from The Sims 1. Tim, would you buy it if it's $8?
Yeah, I played the shit out of the Sims. The original one I played on the GameCube, and I played Busting Out like even more than that the first one. So,
Oh, see, I played the original on the PC.
oh yum.
Rosebud. That's right. So I guess that's going to lead us into this week's trivia challenge. Ben's opportunity to take the lead.
I thought I was already in the lead.
You are not. Well, you and Nathan are tied. So,
Yeah, that's the lead.
yep, that's the lead. You're right. Okay. This week's trivia challenge. Over the years, the PlayStation controller has seen many different iterations. How many first-party Sony controllers have there been for PlayStation home consoles? Is it A, 4, B, 5, C, 6, or D, 7?
4.
Clarification: does this include like arcade sticks and everything?
No,
Or-
first party
okay. Okay,
Sony
then
controllers.
4. Then 4.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
wait. It's 5, isn't it?
Is that your final answer?
No, you already said
No,
yes.
I already
You
said
already
yes
said
to
yes to
4,
four.
but
Final
I'm pretty sure
answers.
it's 5.
You are both
It's
incorrect. And Tim, even if you had said 5, you would still be incorrect.
Oh, damn.
There was the original PlayStation controller that didn't have joysticks. There was the DualShock for the PlayStation 1 that did have joysticks. There was the DualShock 2 for the PlayStation 2. Then Sony got wrapped up in a patent lawsuit, and they weren't able to put Rumble in the controller that launched with the PS3. So the PlayStation 3 launched with the 6-axis controller. And then, after the lawsuit cleared up, the DualShock 3 was released, and then the DualShock 4.
So 6.
So,
Or 7.
nobody moves the needle to this week.
I can't count.
I move your needle all the time, baby.
Okay, that's all we have for you guys tonight. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe on whatever platform you found us on. Also, listen to our movies podcast, No Refunds, the podcast that watches bad movies so you don't have to. Ben,
Was it Petralia?
well, yeah, we only do one trivia question every week.
Oh, I thought it was like 4 or 5.
Ben,
All right.
what movie did we watch, or what episode came out this week?
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, fucker.
And we had some fun conversation around that. It's not as bad as everyone said it was. We will be back next week with a full-on spoiler conversation on Resident Evil 2. I'm the Law Morris. Reset.
Re-squirt.
I mean, I play Resident Evil 2 now. Hi, Jill.
Everyone wants to see my ghost nibbles.